Well, hello and welcome to the Shifts and Pucks News Pack for Friday, September the 16th. Of course, follow us on Twitter at Shifts and Pucks, Facebook.com Shifts and Pucks, YouTube.com Shifts and Pucks, Twitch.com Shifts and Pucks. Subscribe to wherever you get your audio, as well as on the Area 51 Sports Network. It is Friday. We start the Young Stars Classic. We'll get into that into a little bit. We will have our weekly podcast on Tuesday Tuesday night. That's where we will be going there, getting everybody back together for that. And as far as the news packs next week, expect them in the evening for the rest of the week, as I'm starting at News 11:30 Monday for training in during the day. So I'll be doing the news packs in the evening on the days that we're not doing the podcast. So keep an eye out for that. Some very interesting news today out of the NHL on a couple of different fronts. We're going to start in Winnipeg. It was certainly going to be one of those places that was going to be an interesting off season in Winnipeg. You had the press conference with Mark Scheifele that stirred a lot of people that was wondering what's happening there. It sounded like that the perception and from a lot of those in the know sounded like there was a rift in the dressing room. You had the Pierre-Luc Dubois situation where he wanted to head to Montreal, or that was the report. Dubois denied that. But with the new coach in there, the big change in Winnipeg is a new head coach, and it's Rick Bowness is there. Blake Wheeler is no longer going to be captain. They had a media conference with both Rick Bowness and Blake Wheeler today, and so I'll read the tweet from Winnipeg Jets PR. The Winnipeg Jets announced today a restructuring of the team's leadership group ahead of the 2022-2023 season. It is a determination of the coaching staff that we will enter the 2022-2023 season without a specific captain, but rather a group of assistants still to be determined, said Jets head coach Rick Bowness. It is our goal to expand the leadership base within our hockey team. We have high expectations for our core players, and we want to provide them with the opportunity to step into those greater leaderships roles as a group. And of course, Rick Bowness and Blake Wheeler did the press conference today. No new captain has been named at this particular point. And so they're going in without a captain. I'm getting the way I read this is they're going to see what happens organically, but certainly will feel it has that perception of awkwardness when you have Blake Wheeler, and he was asked, he did not voluntarily give this up. Rick Bowness chose to remove the captaincy from Blake Wheeler. And so that certainly feels awkward for a lot of people. You've got the Mark Scheifele situation going on there as well. And Sean tweeted out something about that today. You can follow him, of course, at Beardy Canuck 03, where he talked a little bit about what he had to say about that. Let me just pull that up here for a quick second. But looking like here, let me just read this. It was quite apparent that something wasn't right with the Winnipeg Jets locker room chemistry after last season. No major trades this offseason meant they had to make the move to remove the steam from Wheeler. This could be quite the cluster F season there, the clusterfuck season there. Should be interesting for sure. Doesn't mean, I think that's a tough contract. Are you trading Blake Wheeler? That had to have been an option and at the table there for Blake Wheeler, but there to see if they could trade him. But again, tough to make trades in this hard cap world that we're in. So that's where that is at there at that particular point. So Blake Wheeler no longer captain. No new captain named in Winnipeg. Sounds like they're going with a leadership group there. One of the other questions in the offseason that was sort of quietly was kind of would put it an undercurrent was the situation around Evander Kane. Not necessarily where Evander Kane was going to sign, but of course the settlement that Evander Kane was dealing with the San Jose Sharks. Of course, he was not bought out. They just basically, the Sharks basically got rid of moved the contract. So there needed to be a settlement. So this is the tweet from Frank Saravelli. Sounds like Evander Kane will receive a one-time payment from the Sharks, and the cap penalty for San Jose will be retroactively applied to last season's salary cap. Sharks ended last season with just under $5 million of space, according to Cap Friendly. Elliot Friedman tweeted out on Evander Kane, original San Jose deal was $19 million in cash over 3 years. Current Edmonton deal is $16.5 over the next 3 years. It's believed settlement will address that cap. So, and the San Jose Sharks have tweeted, have released a statement on this. I'll just pull this up here as well. And just to get this here, let's see if they got that here, if they released the statement. But basically, I'll find that here in a moment. Sorry, it's not where I was originally looking, which was on Twitter. But basically, the agreement is there, and so the team announced the deal. The statement reads: the San Jose Sharks have reached an agreement with Evander Kane regarding the termination of his NHL standard player contract. The agreement has been approved by the NHL and the NHL Players Association. We are satisfied that its terms will not adversely impact the team either financially or competitively in this or future statements or future seasons, pardon me. So that's all moved on. The cap is moved to last year. If you're a Vancouver Canucks fan, you are probably a little PO'd about this, I hear. Of course, the cap recapture penalty with Roberto Luongo, punishing the Caps for the Canucks cap situation for future seasons. Kane moved back for last season. I'm curious why that happened there. Something that we will discuss on next podcast as well. So that is the situation with Evander Kane and what is going on there. So the Sharks can close the book on Evander Kane. Kane is with the Oilers and continuing on his career there on that situation. Tonight, the Young Stars Classic begins. Calgary takes on and the Flames and the Canucks will play 7:30 in Penticton. Brendan Matchler, Brendan Parker will be doing the game, calling the game there. So you can check that out there. No line rushes for the Vancouver Canucks, according to Brendan Batchel. They worked on special teams. And as far as the Flames go, by the way, our pod clip we sent out, and I'll post another one a little bit later to keep it for the Flames part of this here, as some of the players to watch out for. The lines, according to the Flames, for Cole Schmidt with Jacob Pelche and Walker Duehr, Connor Zary, Emilio Pettersson, Adam Klapka, Rory Cairns, Jack Beck, Lucas Siona, Cole Huskins, Evan Boucher, and Ilya Nikhaov. Cooper Walker could play. Lucas Vogt could play as well. Ilya Solyov, defensively, Ilya Solyov, Jeremy Poirier, Jan Kuznetsov with Cameron Wynot, Cole Jordan with Rhett Reinhardt. Not sure who's going to be in goal, but that's looking like what the lineup is for the Calgary Flames. As far as the Canucks, yeah, not much meant on that. Means the Oilers will be playing the Jets. That game will be here as looking at that here. Give me a moment while I the Oilers up here. As there, of course, they will be playing the Winnipeg Jets in their first game. And just looking at their roster at this point, as I wait for the internet, there we go. According to Oilers Nation, what they have for the roster today, they're playing actually on Friday at 4, today at 4 if you want to watch that. Will be streamed on EdmontonOilers.com if you want to catch that. But of course, they'll have Bourgeau, Jake Chase, Xavier Bourgeau. I think that will be an interesting one. Dylan Holloway will be there as well. Lots of invites. Carter Savoy will be there. Philip Broberg, I think a lot are going to be interested in on that one as well. And Mike Hesserling, a 2018 draft pick as well for that. And then for the Winnipeg Jets, what they're going with is they're heading to Penticton. Give me a apologies as I'm doing this. The internet went a little slow here, so let me just get that going on here. But the Winnipeg Jets, they'll have their action, their young stars roster. Some of the names that is going on there include no, Cole Perfetti will be there. I think there's a lot of talk about how Cole Perfetti will be part of their captaincy. Brad Lambert, Chaz Lucius will be there as well. And then you've got their goaltenders, Oscar Salomon, Dominic DeFincis, Arvid Holm, Cole Perfetti, as mentioned, Dmitry Kuzmin, Simon Lummark, Tyler Bauer, Wyatt Wilson. So some interesting names. So it's going to be hockey is back, and we're getting the Young Stars tournament. Other teams have been playing as well in their tournaments as well. So we're getting closer to training camps, and that start next week. And then, of course, let's not forget the WHL preseason continues here this weekend as we get closer to the start of the National Hockey League. By the way, check out WHL on Area 51 for for comprehensive coverage there. We've got Portland taking on Spokane, Calgary Hitmen taking on the Edmonton Oil Kings, Red Deer Rebels, Lethbridge Hurricanes, Brandon Wheat Kings will be in action against the Moose Jaw Warriors. You've got the Saskatoon Blades, Clarence Albert Raiders, Medicine Hat Tigers. By the way, congratulations to Gino DePaoli, the new play-by-play voice. Will be in action as well, taking on the Swift Current Broncos. You've got the Prince George Cougars and the Kamloops Blazers. Everett taking on Tri-Cities and the Vancouver Giants in Kelowna. So that is the news for today. Of course, you can follow us on Twitter individually, Sean Beardy Canuck 03, as mentioned, Tyler TNOBLE, Christian Schneidz, SCHNEIDZ, Devin Gordhouse 09. I am KEVOLE, Shifts and Pucks, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. Subscribe wherever you get your audio, as well as on the Area 51 Sports Network. We thank you very much for taking the time to watch and listen. We'll talk to you all very soon. Bye for now.